Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry I didn't do a live today. Maybe I'll try to do it tomorrow evening or afternoon. Um, Maybe I'll do that instead of taking a nap. This morning I felt like I needed a nap because I didn't feel like I slept properly. I'm not blaming it on on anybody because it's one of those things that every so often Jerry's laying on the wrong side or something like that, and she snores practically directly in my face, and I can't fall asleep with that um, because I tried to sleep in there last night, but then every time she snored, basically, it woke me back up. Um, and it's not an everyday occurrence; it's like once in a blue moon. But I'm not trying to throw Jerry under the bus or anything like that. It's just stuff that happens. Um, but this morning we did talk, or she did talk a great deal about what's going on, with the yard sale and the continuous yard sale and going through holiday decor and downsizing. And I'm really happy because the way it looks right now, once she's done downsizing, not only will I have room in the shed that's on the carport for all the holiday decor, but I can put her rascal in there. I could put some of my lawn equipment in there, just things like that I'm looking forward to be able to do. So my carport doesn't look like a pile of whodunit ran. I'm hoping by wintertime or by the time it gets so cold I can't work outside, that the only thing out there is basically the barbecue grill and any necessities that I can't fit into the shed or the utility room. In fact, I have to go into the utility room and rearrange and clean that up. And maybe I'll find stuff in the utility room that can go in the garage sale. But yeah, we are basically trying to get rid of everything that we either have not used in a couple years or just don't feel we need it anymore. It's no longer a style or something like that, which I'm happy about. I really am. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera all the time because I don't know what it is. Like I look at the camera and I look like my eyes look sunk in, and I just look like I'm hollowing out, which is not true. I actually feel like I've been eating, not exactly healthy, but I'm eating. I'm more worried about Oreo because the last day or two, it looks like she hasn't been wanting to eat breakfast, and unless it's something she really, really wants, she barely picks at her dinner. We are trying to get her to eat, enough to not only satisfy me and Jerry, but to hopefully satisfy Oreo, which worries me. And with her gaseous emissions, I'm also worried that she might be having a blockage in her intestines. But every time I go to rub her belly or anything like that, she doesn't yelp or act like there's a problem. So I just have to. I have to use my associate's degree in veterinarian assistant to monitor her health and make sure that she's not having issues that we can't fully detect. I know Jerry Ann and I watched a gentleman who talked about how your dog acts and what it could mean, and we've been trying to work on that, because I think with all the things that me and Jerry are doing, she's starting to feel detached because she's not in the middle of it or she's not part of it. Just some of the signs that she's been showing shows, that she's having a psychological issue. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, animals don't have those kind of problems. Yes, they do. Oh, yes, they do. Dogs, cats, horses, any animal that's been domesticated will show signs of problems, whether it's physical or psychological. So, But today was basically we went through a large Easter box, and by the time it was like one of those double-sized totes. So by the time we got done downsizing, we were down to a normal-sized tote instead of a big one. We have another one, and we have another big one, and I can't remember if it was Easter. Oh no, it's Americana, which is like our outside decorations for, from Memorial Day to Labor Day, from the spring to the fall, basically. So it's part of like our, like right after Easter onto right before autumn type deal. So I'm just happy that we're going through it and we're downsizing, and we're both agreeing on what to keep and what not to keep. Like Jerry said, she's got a bunch of stuff that she made from her days of crafting that she's going to try to figure out a way to have some sort of like, I guess you'd say raffle or something like that. So basically, if Jerry starts to put out, information about raffling off or trying to, see who wants to buy what from her crafting days, and you can put in your bid or whatnot. I think she's going to work with Rebecca Cozy Nest, because she's done a lot of her own raffles. I'm not sure, but I'll be happy to get be able to get rid of it. Now that school's in session, some of the stuff that we have in our tag sale might be of some value to parents or students, but mostly, like, hopefully when we go to do, I'm hoping to do Friday and Saturday of this weekend. Hopefully we'll have a space or a table to put out the holiday decor that we're selling. So that's going to be interesting. I know I've had a couple people say, be careful with strangers in your house, and I'm like, we've been doing a very diligent job to keep them in one room, so they don't go wandering out through the house. That, and with Oreo, the way she has been lately, she's been a really good watchdog. Even though people aren't coming to the house, every time she hears a car door or people outside across the street, she barks. So she lets us know if there's anybody coming around. That, and I have my my locking mechanisms and security bar and all the things that keep people from just walking into the house when we're not doing our yard sale. So about the only thing people can do if they want to get in the house is literally break something, and that will wake everybody up practically instantaneously, especially Oreo. And Oreo will start barking like crazy, which will basically wake up me and Jerry, not Mom. I say Mom, and I'm thinking like Oreo's human mother. But we're being smart about things. We're not just willy-nilly. We're planning ahead and putting out signs the day of or the night before. Last time we had signs out for the whole weekend, and we had signs out Friday morning, and when Mom was coming, Mom and Carla was coming Saturday morning to help out, Mom said she didn't see signs at certain locations. So me and Carla went out, and yes, there were like 2 signs, one at the end of our block and one up here by the one of the state highways. Somebody had taken down my sign to put up this giant sign of their own, and I was like, okay, I'll just staple up higher of their sign, and I'll get more visibility because it's higher, But it is what it is, and at least my sign didn't get blown away. It was, I could tell just by looking at it, somebody had pulled it off. Um, you know, so I'm just kind of like, it is what it is. I'll deal with, if we're going to do Friday, Saturday, Jerry was thinking just Saturday only because that's when we got the most business. And I was like, no. We need to have it at least 2 days. Last weekend we tried to do it Saturday, Sunday. No, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Sunday was like dead. Nobody came in. I was like, yeah, it's Sunday. Everybody was doing church stuff, So I'm hoping when we do it again, which I'm hoping is this weekend, it'll be Friday or Saturday, because we did get a fair number of people on Friday, and Saturday was very busy until we shut down. So I was happy it went the way it did. As for my Bible studies, not only am I doing plans through my version, which is my vision. I think it's Vision. It's either Vision or Version. It's a Bible app. I'm sorry if I'm messing myself up, or you. So you can go on there and they've got Bible plans for just about anything you can think of. Right now I'm dealing with Bible plans that revolve around anxiety of one form or another, whether it's anxiety of just stress or anxiety over money, or, an anxiety of one form or another that I know I deal with on, a lot of different realms or areas. I don't know why I said realms. But they've been very helpful. This last Bible plan that I'm reading through, it's basically a 5-day plan. I've got one or two more days left. And Jerry wanted to hear it. And so I played it, and it was about, anxiety over money and what the Bible says about, anxiety plus money. So I'm learning a lot, and I'm feeling a lot better with these plans. I have decided that I am going to start reading. Well, I started reading the other day. I want to read through Proverbs, Psalms, and then jump to Acts, and probably like other New Testaments. I'm not really going to read through like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, because those are the Beatitudes. I think they're called the Beatitudes, but they focus mostly around the life of Christ, basically. And I want to wait on those because Acts, from what I remember from when I went to Ozark Christian College, Acts was basically the beginning and the cornerstone of the modern day church. Unfortunately, I feel that the modern day church has removed that particular cornerstone and replaced it with something that's just, not in my brain, not part of what the Bible wants. But I'm thinking that when I get a little bit more familiarized with Proverbs and Psalms, that I will go through those two books and read like a couple paragraphs, if not a chapter. Probably more like 4 or 6 chapters, or 4 or 6 paragraphs, and I'll tell you why I either highlighted certain sentences or paragraphs, and how I feel it brings me closer to God. And that I'm hoping to be able to start. Ooh, these parrots. Sorry, squirrel. I'm hoping that those who want to join along with me will chime in about how they feel, or their favorite or more liked paragraph or part of whatever I read. And the reason why I want to do it via a vlog instead of a live is that way I can weed out the chaff and let the wind take care of that. But that's what I'm hoping to be able to do soon. Like hopefully within the next couple of days. I know this week, especially Wednesday, is going to be very busy. So I don't know. Well, it's busy for me. I don't know about Jerry. I think she's got an appointment in the afternoon. I've got an appointment in the morning. In fact, Wednesday morning is my appointment for my for the test shot to see if they can continue with shots or just do an ablation. Basically, if I go through the ablation, it's going to burn my nerves so I don't feel it, which I kind of want to go through that because that way I won't have as much pain as I have been having for the last couple months. And I'm trying not to let the pain deter my work around the house. I know right now a lot of things that are causing some minor disturbances with the normal ebb and flow of keeping the house clean and organized is this yard sale. But for the most part, it's the aches and pains that's keeping me from doing what I want to do, or need to do more than want to do. What else did I want to talk about? I kind of did this impromptu because I was kind of like, I don't really feel it. Like, I really don't feel like going through a long vlog. So this vlog might be ending like in the next 10 minutes or less, just because I am like, well, let me just tell you how my day went. Now, I woke up this morning and I was feeling all right. You know, I was a little uncomfortable and whatnot from the aches and pains of my body. And I must have slept wrong or something like that because my wrist was hurting. So I had to put on one of my wrist gloves. They're the copper embedded like ace bandage for your wrist and hand, basically. And so I put that on, and my hand still hurts. I'm probably going to put it on to sleep with overnight because if I'm sleeping wrong or something like that on my wrist, I don't want it to like be locked in a position that's going to cause aches and pains, locked or this way or whatever. But I want to really get, I'm untangling my beard because I want to comb it, let it be free. But I really want to get into areas or projects that not only will help me feel better about what's going on around the house or about the house, but if, and I'm saying this as in it's a big if because right now it looks like we are possibly most likely going to be able to stay here another, well, I don't know how long, I don't know how much longer, because I will be honest, yes, we are like scraping the bottom of the barrel, so to speak. And normally I don't want to talk about this online, but that's one of my biggest concerns lately, and I'll be honest with you, I mean, I've been trying my best to take it and put it in God's hands and let God take care of it. So that's why I'm not like fretting, but I am a little nervous, I guess you'd say. But the good thing about what's been going on lately is every time we get into a pinch, basically, um, God has provided, through various people and um, um, well, like the give, gov, low, or give, give, love, and go, or go, live, gov. Not gov. There's no gov in there, Jim. Well, I can't remember it, but those of you who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. And I'm thankful for it. I really, really am. I mean, I mean, I am thankful that there is a benevolent, loving God that will provide for those who believe in Him and are in need. Granted, there are times where I wish it would have come sooner or something, because I'm just human. I don't understand God's will to the maximum capability within my human brain, or any human brain can conceive. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to go through and read certain sections of the Bible, like Proverbs and Psalms, and of course Acts, because I barely remember what I learned from Ozark Christian College when it came to my Acts teacher. But I know out of the Old Testament, Proverbs and Psalms are like, not only is it David showing or preaching about God's grace and whatnot, but there's a lot in it from David that, it's very poignant. It's very like there's no denying the writings of David. And it was David that God anointed to be the king of Israel, and it was David's descendants that was able to give a physical form to Jesus through Mary. So there's a lot about David that's important to not just to Christianity, but to anybody who wants to see or hear the graces of God, because David called out to God every day throughout his life. Even when he was a little boy, he called out to God for salvation or help of one form or another. And to me, that what he wrote, not only does it show his heart, but it shows what God will do for somebody who has a heart for God or for Jesus. And that's why I want to reread Psalms and Proverbs. So it's one of those, like, I feel not by choice, but by guidance of God and with God's hand, like this is what God wants me to read, So that's what I'm doing. And like it says in Proverbs, he is my shield, he is my salvation, he is my rock. With him, no harm can come to me. So it's one of those, like, it's not just a spiritual thing. It's a I guess you can say it's a spiritual thing, but it's a belief thing. It's something that I think all Christians should return to reading. Proverbs and Psalms and Acts and the letters from Peter and Paul while they were incarcerated. I think it was Paul more than Peter, but it's it's one of those things that it's not just a fear, but it's just something I think a lot of Christians have lost contact with, not only the purpose of the Bible, but the power of the words written in the Bible, whether it was written by a man inspired by God or written directly by the author of the book. I mean, they are still finding caves around the Dead Sea area with urns with old manuscript written on papyrus or the paper of the time or something of that nature that has been preserved through time, that they're still trying to figure out what it says, because the language is not written. It's not a spoken language anymore. So trying to decipher a written language that is basically considered a dead language, Aramaic, it's kind of hard to do. But any of the manuscripts they find that have either Hebrew or Latin, they can translate, because even though it's Old Latin or Old Hebrew, it's still a functioning language, you know. But anyhow, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off, and I hope this short video finds you in good health and good nature, and I hope you have a good week, and hopefully you'll see more vlogs from me during the week. So maybe tomorrow I'll have a live. I don't know. If I do, we'll see each other then. If not, I'm sorry. You know. But anyhow, until next time, you guys have a good night. Bye.